Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com. In this video, we're looking at some new models from Muhle Glashutte within the Panova collection, a light blue dial and a red dial. So in this video and on this channel, we cover watches available for purchase on our website, TeddyBaldassarre.com, as a full authorized dealer. So in this video, deep dive on these timepieces, final points of consideration at the end, but also throughout the video. If you have further questions, link will be in the description down below to the product pages where you can learn more. Of course, purchase the watch as well. But guys, let's jump into the video and take a closer look at these two new watches. Now, one of the most underrated names from a German watchmaking perspective has to be Muhle Glashutte. If you're unfamiliar with the brand, Muhle was founded back in 1869 in Glashutte, Germany, and has been in constant operation under 5 generations of family ownership, with the 6th generation already in the building. Now, for much of its existence, Muhle was known for creating different types of timekeeping instruments and more, developing motorcycle speedometers for companies like BMW, as well as having a strong reputation for marine chronometers, which was the brand's entry into mechanical timekeeping. In 1995, one of Muhle's key shipyard clients approached them with a novel request, looking to develop a mechanical wristwatch that could withstand the tough conditions associated with life aboard ship. The development process and resulting watch spawned on a new focus for the brand, and today Muhle has a broad collection of watches built with utility in mind, whether it's in a maritime, field, aviation, or even in a more casual everyday setting, in the case with this Panova here that we're going to be taking a look at here today. If you're familiar with the Panova collection, it really is their entry-level model in many aspects, but it also infuses much of the characteristics that we would see as you kind of ascend up the price range of the brand. And in this case, we're looking at another reason why these watches are compelling: 2 new dial colors in this great sunburst effect. We have one in red and one in turquoise. Now, one of the big things going for the Panova has always been its versatile sizing. On the wrist, it's 40 millimeters by 47.5 millimeters with that lug-to-lug distance, wearing rather true to its measured diameter. The dial is going to take up the majority of the space through an effect of a narrower bezel, and the visual real estate occupied by the central dial surface. Working in the watch's favor is a slender, just above 10 millimeter case height, reasonable lug-to-lug, and comfort offered by the NATO straps provided, although I would probably swap out the NATO strap right away because I think for the rest of the watch it does of course lag behind. And with a 20 millimeter lug width, you're going to have no problem pairing this with a wide variety of straps. Digging into the finishing, as you would probably expect, this is going to be a brush finish watch pretty much on the entirety of the case. The Panova's case architecture is straightforward, with simple 90-degree angles at the lugs paired with rounded case shape and narrow step bezel that adds some visual interest in the process, but in a very subtle way. On the 3 o'clock side, we have a screw-down crown signed with MG's logo. It adds further day-to-day durability and grants this watch more than adequate 100 meters of water resistance. Now, while much of what we're seeing here is going to follow the form of the past models we've seen within the Panova collection, these 2 new dial colors are definitely striking and offering increased flare compared to even some of the other dial variations that we've seen in the past. Now, resting beneath the flat sapphire crystals that are also coated with anti-reflective material, the primary dial surface here are executed with a sunray finish that provides a lot of interest and intrigue in changing lighting conditions, especially when paired with these more striking colors. Given the colors, nothing about these models is going to be subtle, which is interesting when you consider how restrained the rest of the dial elements are. Indices in this case are round lume plots resting on printed linear markers with printed minute markings in between. Hands are of a blunted lume baton style paired with a stick seconds hand, and dial text is low key with MG's signature at 12 and automatic at 6, just to remind you if it wasn't clear that these are German made watches. Plenty of superluminova is provided, and the hands and plots glow brightly for excellent low light readability. Now, flipping over both of these watches, we have a closed case back affixed with 5 tiny screws featuring simple engraving and providing protection for the movement within. Sellita's ubiquitous SW200. One area where Muhle separates itself from others in the price range is going to be their careful attention to the movements that are going to be housed within their watches. The SW200 here, despite being hidden from view, is not just any simple drop in a movement type of effect. Muhle's version of the SW200 features a nicely machined finish rotor, which also includes hollowed points, a branded engraving, and perlage finish beneath the balance. However, there is a proprietary element to this movement with its woodpecker neck regulator that was patented by Muhle in 2003. This is a reinterpreted design from the more popular swan neck design, providing similar sensitive adjustment while assisting in resistance against shock and a more secure balance assembly. Speaking anecdotally to the two particular examples here, they're both running well. One with the red dial is running at +3 to +5 seconds a day, and then the turquoise one was running just behind at +4 to +6 seconds a day. And of course, this is just anecdotally speaking, but generally when testing out different Muhle watches, they do run typically quite well out of the box. In terms of the SW200 here, we have the 28,800 vibration per hour 4 Hz beat rate, hacking in hand winding, hacking stop in the second hand when you pull the crown to the farthest position, and a power reserve of 38 hours. So now to unpack looking at these new Panova models. So if you're familiar with the Panova collection, I am a fan of it, and I think many people that watch our channels here, they also agree if they are familiar with it. Now, it's an acquired taste, and I think that's one of the challenges with these watches is very utilitarian, and with the pop of color, it's going to limit many people to say, okay, I can pull one of those off. But if you can look beyond that and just see what these watches are, and you can delve into the history of Muhle's manufacturing, and you just appreciate German-made things, I think you're going to really like what these watches offer. You're getting 100 meters of water resistance, a wearable case, pretty slim case at that at 10.4 millimeters, and then also getting a movement that's going to be as reliable as you're going to come by, with also getting some proprietary elements within that movement for $1,000. It's a pretty compelling package, and although it's not going to be for everybody, especially these color variations, they do offer a good bit of fun in the process, and for somebody that maybe has a very established collection or looking for something, say, for like those maybe summery days and maybe something that's a little bit different compared to the rest, I always find that these colorful arrays are better and easier to pull off if you're not having to spend an arm and a leg, and that's really where these Panovas shine. And by shine, I mean way beyond just what the dials are going to do if you catch them in the light. All right, guys, well, thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon. It's a great help, and I do appreciate it. Also, if you're in the market for the watch featured here, it is available on TeddyBaldassarre.com. TeddyBaldassarre.com is an authorized dealer of all the brands that we carry, over 30, quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, and a full factory warranty for all the products that we offer. Also, how we're able to produce this content on the main channel especially. We don't charge the brands for content. How we're able to fund it is through selling watches on our site. So if you are in the market for a watch, we'd love to have your business. We know you can buy a watch anywhere, but again, we truly would love to have it. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.